Good evening and welcome. My name is Rocky, Andrew's best man.
Hey, Rocky.
In case you don't know me, you may have heard me mentioned in a few stories here and there. If you know Andrew and Nikki well enough, or any one of us for that matter. You know, there's one about pickles. Another one about passion fluid. And Karen's personal favorite, something about me relieving myself off the side of a watercraft. But I know Andrew since my early 20s, and man, I miss my early 20s. Don't you? Really good times, right? Almost as good as my early 30s, though, right, honey? Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely wife, Jennifer, and mother of my 2 children. You know, except for the fact that it makes you fatter, you know, marriage is grand, which our lovely bride and groom will soon find out. Which brings me to the reason why we're all here today, to celebrate the union of Nikki, our beautiful bride, and Andrew, our much less beautiful groom. And we'll watch them as they enter the wonderful and sometimes ironic world of holy matrimony. But they look fabulous, don't they? How about a round of applause for these kids? And let us not forget the other people that made this all possible today. Nikki's parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Everett and Patricia, no. Yeah. Patricia. Mr. and Mrs. John and Patricia Everett. And please stand. Mr. and Mrs. Terry and Nancy Spence. Please stand. And Andrew's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Donald and Lynn Killian. So since our early 20s, Andrew and I have spent a lot of time doing your typical guy things. You know, we have a lot of the same interests. You know, football, domestic beer, fishing, microbrewed beer, tailgating, free beer, concerts, and imported beer. We also worked together at Boston Market for a few years when we were younger. Needless to say, I know more about Andrew than just his personality. I also know about his strong work ethic and his long-term goals. When Andrew first met Hippie, Nikki, I could tell she was different from the other girls that he had been with in the past. You know, she was intelligent. Sober. Not half naked. Full set of teeth, you know. But at this time in his life, Andrew was afraid of commitment. You know, but after a few months of Nikki's genuine charm, I watched him turn into something more than just a, everybody's good beer drinking buddy. But after a few years, we all knew that Nikki was the one for Andrew. I mean, it took him a while, 6 years, I mean, wow. I got to hand it to him. I could have never strung it out that long. And I must admire Nikki's, persistence and perseverance to stay with him that long. It's definitely true love, though. I mean, because he proposed at Walmart, for Christ's sake. And there's pictures on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, but Jennifer is, and she's like, wow, they proposed at Walmart. Way to go. But no, he didn't really propose at Walmart. It was a well-planned proposal on, Lake Huron up north. And, I'm sure Karen has a 82 picture slideshow documenting the whole night. So if anybody's interested, just talk to Karen here. But Nikki, aside from being an excellent designated driver for the both of us, she's also the most down-to-earth person I've ever met. She's thoughtful, considerate, and beautiful. And she loves you. That's pretty good, right? I can't believe it. I know your parents can't. She's a great catch, though. Great job. Seriously, though. You were best man at my wedding, and I'm truly honored to be yours. I wouldn't have had it any other way. You're one of the best friends that I've ever had. And I'm sure you'll be a great husband, and you'll be an even better man after today because you'll have a great woman like Nikki by your side. And even though our friendship is pretty much over after today, I will always be there for either one of you. Really. If you need me to come over and help you move or paint or actually not really any of that. That's really not my style. Just make sure that there's beer in the fridge. You know what I drink, no cheap stuff.
Anything.
Yeah, right. Wrap it up, right? Before I get to a toast, I'd like to interject a few words of marriage advice. Now, I've only been married for...
How many years now?
4 years, right? And I haven't learned much, but I have learned a few things, just your basic stuff. Number one, there's always time to watch football. Number two, there's never enough time to watch football. Number three, do whatever she wants you to do. And then sometimes you'll get the things that you want. You're paying the husband cover charge, so to speak. Paying the cover charge doesn't always guarantee that, you're going to get good things. But you remember what it's like when you don't pay the cover charge, right? You remember Boston, don't you? Sometimes, number four, sometimes you need to vent anger. And instead of doing something more regretful, sometimes it helps to just grab the nearest inanimate object and just chuck it at the wall. For instance, like a McDonald's bag that your wife just brought home. Just throw it and just watch those fries go everywhere. It's very satisfying, until you realize that you're still hungry. And number five, which is something that you helped me out with. It's not about who wears the pants, but it's about where you put the pants after you snap them off. Yeah. Now, finally, I'd like you all to raise your glasses in a toast. Congratulations to the new Mr. and Mrs. Andrew and Nicole Killian. May all of your wishes come true. May you live happily ever after. And may you and your families be safe. Good luck.
Please go to the round of applause for Best Man.